Hey everybody, it's another Friday where I'll be continuing in William Shakespeare's Star Wars. But real quick, so I did already get my tickets for The Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters. I got my tickets this past Wednesday, and I will be watching the movie this coming Thursday night in 3D. Normally, after watching a movie in theaters, I would immediately do a movie review video for that movie. But it'll be a little bit different for The Mandalorian and Grogu. I will be doing my movie review for The Mandalorian and Grogu the Friday after that Thursday night. So a week from today, I'll be doing my movie review for The Mandalorian and Grogu. But I am doing it at home so that way I can wear my Chewbacca costume while doing the movie review for The Mandalorian and Grogu to make it even more Star Wars themed. So The Mandalorian and Grogu will get a special movie review the Friday after. And let's see what we got today with William Shakespeare's Star Wars. Okay. So today we are going into Act 3, Scene 6. All right. Scene 6. Space aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca. The chorus. The instant Alderaan is smashed to bits, Luke tries his lightsaber, a keen trainee. The droids and Wookiee play a game of wits, but Obi-Wan doth sense catastrophe. Obi-Wan. Aside. Now breaks my heart as through the Force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I know not what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst. Luke. Good sir, how farest thou? Obi-Wan. Forsooth a great disturbance in the Force have I just felt. 'Twas like a million mouse cried out in fear at once, and then were gone. All hushed in quiet, silent to the last. I fear a stroke of evil hath occurred. But thou, good Luke, thy practice recommence. Enter Han Solo. Han. Thou mayest all thy troubles now forget. Thy imperial knaves have been outrun at last. Aside. Well, here's a solemn gathering indeed, quite lacking in the proper gratitude. To Obi-Wan and Luke. Nay, speak thou not thy thanks too heartily. Else shall thy praise go swiftly to my head. But here's the point. We shall at Alderaan arrive there long. R2-D2 makes a move against Chewbacca in the game they play. C-3PO. Pray R2, caution show. R2-D2. Beep, whistle, squeak, beep, beep, me, me, whoop, whoop, whistle. Chewbacca. Oh, C-3PO. A fair move hath he made, thou furry lump. No use is there in screaming o'er the loss. Aside. However, I join this company, a Wookiee and his smuggler captain, oh. Chewbacca. Han. Be thou wise, droid, mark well what thou dost. As it is said, black holes are worth thy fear, but fear thou more a Wookiee's deadly wrath. C-3PO. But sir, no proverb warns the galaxy of how a droid may haughtily be angered be. Han. Ay, Mary, 'tis because no droid hath torn out of joint another being's arms, upon a lesser insult than this, but Wookiee's golden droid are not so tame. C-3PO. Thy meaning, sir, doth prick my circuit board. 'Tis best to play the fool, and not the sage. To say it brief, pray let the Wookiee win. Chewbacca. R2-D2. Aside. Brute, the fool I'll play with thee indeed. Yet I perceive thou and thy friend have heart. Luke continues to practice with his lightsaber against the remote. Obi-Wan. Remember, Luke, the Force doth smoothly flow within the feelings of a Jedi Knight. Luke. But doth the Force control one's every move? Obi-Wan. 'Tis somewhat so, but also shall the Force obey thine every command, young Luke. Luke, aside. This fourth by troth I'll never comprehend. It doth control and also doth obey, and 'tis within and yet it is beyond. 'Tis both inside and yet outside oneself. What a paradox, what fickle-natured power. Aye, frailty, thy name be like is force to Obi-Wan. Alack, this small remote have struck again. Han. Ha ha, thy errant systems of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy robes and meditations o'er the air, thy superstitions and thy precious force, cannot compare to my religion true, a trusty blaster ever by my side. With thus I say my prayers and guard my soul. Luke. Devoted fowler must thou be. With such a speech, pray tell me, pilgrim reverent, dost thou mostly truly disbelieve the Force? Han. A pilgrim truly said, for I have gone from galaxy to galaxy and more, yet never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief, a single force that binds the universe. True, 'tis no power mystical controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny. Who am I reading? Okay. And so I preach the one and only faith. My simple merry tricks are all my gods, and nonsense is the only testament. I worship at the shrine of my own will. Obi-Wan, aside. A wise philosopher, if there was, I'll warrant he hath character he hides. To Luke. Now prithee, try again, and lay aside thy conscious self. Take thou this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with silver shield opaque, and trust thine instincts only as thy guide. Luke. But surely 'tis a jest, for with this shield I nothing now can see. How can I fight? I truly fight or walk or even stand without one's sight. But little can be done. Obi-Wan. Nay, 'tis in blindness one doth truly see, for eyes deceive and sight is no to lie. Chorus. With mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. The small remote doth dodge most suddenly, but with calm mind Luke blocks its lasers bright. With inner eye the Force has let him see. Obi-Wan. Hurrah, thou canst do it. Han. 'Tis luck no more. Obi-Wan. Experience hath taught me much, dear man, and none of it hath shown me aught of luck. Han. To find success against a small remote is well and taketh skill, I do confess.